You want to learn how to stop caring about what people think. It's easier than what most people think. The problem is we've been conditioned in society to take opinions and to worry about how we're going to look. All that does is actually create a sense of failure, a sense of insecurity, a sense of never being good enough. And that's not okay anymore. As grown men, we need to be able to live how we want to, do the things we want to, enjoy. We need to be okay with disrupting the model, disrupting other people. But we're conditioned that whole way. From school, what the teachers say when you're rambunctious or you're getting wild, stop disrupting the class. Even at work, when you're outspoken, what happens? You get disciplined or you get fired. One of the problems with people is that they want conformity, but conformity creates average people. It's not okay to live an average life. And so when people are being squashed and contained in a box, having a glass ceiling, they can never be who they're truly meant to be. I don't think this is okay. I don't agree with it. I think it's important for guys to be able to just not care what people think and be able to do what they want to do. As long as it doesn't hurt any other people, do what you want to do. I see so many times now that guys really care what other people think. It's unfortunate because the guys I grew up with taught me to be vocal. If someone's going to say something, stand up. If someone's going to do something, speak up. Don't back down. Don't let people walk on you. Do not let people tell you what to do and what you can't do. Go for it. Who cares what they think? And at the end of the day, they're not living your life. I think it's important that men remember it's your life. They're just the extras in your movie. You're the star of your own movie. However you want that movie to go, decide on it. Now, what are some of the things that a guy could do to stop caring? Number one, understand that people have their own insecurities. Everyone has insecurities. Everyone has some type of idea of what they are ashamed about, what they have guilt about, what doesn't work for them. That's okay. When you understand that everyone has the same situation as you and that they get embarrassed about certain things, then it's not a bad thing for someone else. The second thing I always tell guys is just go do it. Everyone always has a fear of looking stupid. And so just go test it out, fuck around, find out. The only way you get better is by doing things. And so the more you could do it, the more consistent a person can do it, the better they become. For example, me right now, speaking in the camera, it's weird as hell. And I don't even think I'm that good. I'm doing this just to even see if I could speak to the camera, to see if I'm comfortable enough to speak to people through this vehicle. I could definitely talk to people in person. I could definitely talk to people on the phone. But how could I record something and then share it and then let someone see it a couple days later or a couple months later and then figure out, okay, does this work? Does it not work? Is this a great medium? I don't know. It's weird. But I'm going to test it out and I'm going to stay consistent with it. Part of not caring what other people think is just making a decision to do it, to just start. Even if you're scared, even if you're garbage, and then committing to the consistency about it. Part of the consistency process is desensitizing yourself from the embarrassment and the guilt and the shame of whatever you're trying to do. You just keep doing it, keep going, and don't stop. Now, one of the things that I've always found that the moment I try to do stuff and I start getting really good at it, I get a lot more haters. That is going to come with time. That's going to come with the process. You got to be okay with it and just let it be. My natural habit would be to pop back because I was raised to be outspoken and not back down. And I'm learning like now at this age, just let them be. Most of the time, most haters you're going to get are from people that are anonymous. So they're not even going to be relevant to your life. So just let it be. But do look at it for feedback. Say, okay, maybe I could change my content this way or change what I'm doing in this particular way. So for my situation with the content, it's just like they're hating on me. Oh, you're too young. I'm like 40's midlife. Average life expectancy right now is 76 years old. I'm 40. I'm past the halfway mark, which is 38. Damn. And I'm still not good enough to speak my experiences. Like, a lot of people just don't understand that everyone's experience actually helps out each other. Sometimes the fastest way to learn is to actually learn from someone else's mistake. Now, I'm not saying that you should learn everything through other people's mistakes, because then you have no personal life experience yourself. But I think it's important that guys be able to take some of these bigger lessons and just learn it from someone specifically. That way it saves them time, saves them headaches, saves them money. Now, one of the things about not caring about what other people think is sometimes you gotta just go balls deep. How many times when you see a full commitment into something, say for example, karaoke. Most people are very timid to karaoke, but when you see someone that just all in commitment to sing, like, even though they're horrible at it, it actually, the energy that they put into it, it creates a different atmosphere in that room. I've seen it so many times. I'm a Filipino. I suck at singing. I don't ever sing, but I have a lot of family and friends that are good singers. And the way they sing, they bring energy to the group just by putting all commitment into it. It's a funny experience, but it's a good time. And people respect that and enjoy that more. How many times you've gone to somewhere and you see someone who may be doing an oddball thing, but they're just all in. And then you see everyone else, oh, I like this guy, he's committed. And that's really where it comes down to. When people see you're fully committed into something, they actually support you better. Yes, there may be some haters, but when you're fully all in, then you start growing. It's all about the values. It's not about what you're actually doing, which is actually, that takes me to a really great topic right now, is the values you have of not caring, which means, do you prioritize yourself over what people think? I think that's one of the biggest things, is people don't prioritize themselves. They're prioritizing and making other people feel happy and depressing themselves. And I've seen this before, and it actually happened to my brother who passed away in 2019, unfortunately. But it's a great lesson how to actually put yourself first. Step up, don't be scared. If you can't take care of yourself, how are you gonna take care of other people? And then on top of that, some people are not experienced or knowledgeable enough to be able to make a criticism of what you're doing. So it's like having a child tell you how to do things when they've never done it themselves. Stop, you don't know, back up, relax. Now, when it comes to not caring, probably the most important thing I could say is just don't. I think people sometimes are stupid, generally speaking, right? This is a general statement, but sometimes people make stupid decisions and they don't see every side, every angle, every perception, every perspective, and they just make a decision based on what they know. But that's like looking at a movie and how a movie's made. What if you've seen a little girl running, looking back at her parents visually? What if you've seen a little girl running, looking back at her parents, smiling? Then in the next sequence, you've seen her parents chasing after her, running, trying to grab her because she's headed down a busy street at a crosswalk. Then on top of that, you zoom out a little bit more, you see it's a film production. How do you feel now? In those 3 steps, you figure out the perception process could be different at different stages, right? The first time, you see the little girl running, smiling, you're happy for her. Now you see her parents chasing after her down a busy sidewalk into a busy street. Now you're freaking terrified, all right? Now you zoom out one more scene and that it's a movie production. You realize, okay, this is fake. You're a little bit like soft and subtle. Now, when you realize these things, then you could understand how perception and perspectives play into people's decision-making and emotions. And that's why when they're making criticisms, when other people make criticisms, you don't have to think about it. Because if you realize this fact that people aren't even thinking about the situation the way you're thinking about it, and then finally, people aren't even thinking about you. They're so concerned about their own things that they're not even thinking about what you're doing, what you're trying to do. They don't even give a shit. They really don't. So it'll take some time to learn. And I've learned this several times. It's just people don't care. They're selfish. The only ones that got your back is your parents and maybe your siblings, but that's about it. But no one else. Whatever you want to do in life, go do it. Don't hesitate. Listen to the whispers and just go chase it. Yeah, it's gonna be scary. You're not gonna know what to do, but screw it. Go for it. You may not know what to do. You may be still ashamed and embarrassed about what people are going to say, but who cares? Just go for it. If you like this video, please subscribe, share it if you could. Catch you later and be easy.